From OG Jack to Jack 8, which design is peak and which should have stayed in the lab? From back in the day, I've always thought Jack was a weird looking robot that I never really checked for, especially in Tekken 1. But today we're going to rank every Jack design in Tekken. Let's go. Now, as far as I know, I think there are 9 Jacks overall, including P-Jack. So we're going to go from Jack 1 all the way to Jack 8, providing some lore as well on the way. Alright, so Jack 1 was featured in Tekken 1. He was designed by the Russian military to be a ruthless killing machine, and they sent Jack to the Tekken tournament to eliminate Kazuya Mishima, who was planning to basically take over the world. But Jack failed and was upgraded to Jack 2 with improved AI. Now let's take a look at Jack from Tekken 1 and his design. Dude, even looking at his red eyes there, that looks hella scary. Imagine waking up to that being the last thing you see before you die.
Round 1, fight.
And then you go into game and you see some top heavy, like I can't even describe that. Why does he look like that? That's scary. I don't get it, because his head is big, his arms are big, his chest is big, but then his legs are hella small. Like, he's missed leg day, as everybody likes to say. I don't know what was going on in the Russian laboratories, but I don't know. He's been made here to look very army-ish, and I like his trousers. I like his belt. The vest I don't really like, but again, army-ish. Army boots as well. And I really like the gloves. The gloves kind of set him apart, but I think his overall scary design kind of adds to him. What's he doing up in the air like that? Yeah. I will give this Jack a rating of B. I don't mind his outfit, but I do think his big ass head makes him look weird, so he goes into B tier. Jack 2 was in Tekken 2. This is where Jack's story kind of really begins, as the second Jack design, which is Jack 2, was on a germ warfare mission that he abandoned to rescue a young infected girl named Jane, who he should have really known was an enemy, but for some reason he had a change of heart. In this moment, he kind of decided to become and want to become human, and wondering where he came from, gaining AI emotions. So he deserted the mission that he was on, in which the Russian military kept secret, and he entered the Tekken 2 tournament to free his creator, Dr. Boskonovich, from Kazuya, hoping that Dr. Boskonovich could make him human. What's it with robots wanting to become human? Alright, let's take a look at Jack 2 in Tekken 2. Alright, instantly, this is 10 times better. He doesn't look like he's got some weird shaped head. He actually looks like a human. He actually looks like he could be integrated into society, except for the red eyes. But let's see him in game.
Round 1.
Alright, this design is instantly 10 times better than the Jack 1 design. They're still going with that army outfit. Obviously, he was designed for army purposes, but everything looks like it fits properly. He's not top heavy, and he doesn't have the huge chest and slim body that he did before. I like the baggy trousers, I like the boots, I like the gloves again with the red indent on it, as well as the black tank top. Oh, who can forget the mohawk at the top? Defo pointy. Imagine getting headbutted by that, finding out it's metal, thinking that it's hair. Crazy. Anyway, I like this one a lot. I like this design. I would definitely probably give it a tier. It's obviously got to be better than B tier Jack 1. Kind of, no, I'm moving Jack 1. I'm gonna move Jack 1 to, I'm gonna move him to D tier, and I'm gonna put Jack 2 into A tier. I think this is one of his best designs. Well done, sir. You look fly today. Squishing that girl, Michelle. Also in Tekken 2, we had Prototype Jack, also known as P-Jack. This was the Jack design that Heihachi stole the Prototype to, which is why he's named Prototype Jack. With Heihachi's stolen robot, he entered him into, or it, maybe it, into the tournament, but was destroyed by the original Jack. Kazuya then kidnapped the creator of Jack, Dr. Boskonovich, after this, leading to what happens in Tekken 2. Boskonovich repairs and updates Prototype Jack and was remodeled and gained new abilities. The updated Prototype Jack entered the second tournament as a rival to Jack 2, but Prototype Jack's fate is unknown as he was defeated by Jack. Alright, this one is also a top tier design, and do you know why? The unnecessary glasses and I'm gonna call it a Peckham hat. If you're from South London, you will know about this hat. This hat came out back in like the early 2000s, and everybody was wearing this type of hat. I want one of these types of hats. Let's look at his design in game. All right, let's go back. All right, this is the clearest I can get him in this video that we've got. I can understand why he's called Prototype Jack. If you notice, he has the same exact outfit as what he had in Tekken 1. He just has the cool glasses and the hat now. I like this a whole lot more than the D tier Tekken Jack 1. Obviously, he doesn't have the shape that the Jack 1 does have, but I like the fact that he's actually metal. Maybe this the skin, don't chat. Don't comments, don't do that. I know what you're thinking. But maybe the skin for Jack 1 is what ruined it for me. No, I take it all back. It's the glasses and the hat that makes him look cool, as well as him not being top heavy again. He goes into, actually, he was remade in Tekken Tag Tournament 2. So let's look at what he looks like in that game. All right, we have him here in Tekken Tag. This might even be Tekken Tag 1. Yes, this is Tekken Tag 1. He looks like a S tier, I'm not gonna lie. I can't even look at any flaws. He is exactly what is on the tin, literally. He's a robot that works for the military. He wears a cool hat, some cool shades. He's got wires coming out of his arms. He's got gloves on even though he doesn't have fingertips, and he looks scary as hell. This is what Jack should always have looked like. Ban all the other Jacks. Prototype Jack is the one. Automatically, Prototype Jack goes into S tier. That is what Jack should be, yeah? S tier, P tier, whatever it is. In fact, let's give him his own tier, one sec. Yeah, Jack goes into P tier, which is better than S tier, yeah? Gets his own category. I don't think any Jack can beat this design. In Tekken 3, we actually had a new name for Jack, which was Gunjack. Tekken 2's Jack 2 was destroyed by a satellite weapon, and the young girl Jane that was rescued in Tekken 2 spent 10 years restoring Jack 2, achieving 90% functionality but lacking AI emotions. So, Terminator, everybody? In this time, she discovered what was going on with the Mishima Zaibatsu's programming and new type of Jack called Project Gunjack. Jane then installed the Gunjack module into the restored Jack 2 that she had been working on in the past 10 years to learn more. She then tried to get into Mishima Industries herself, but was unsuccessful as her and Gunjack were discovered by the Tekken Force. And this is sadly where we see the end of Gunjack, as he was basically making sure Jane wasn't hit by gunfire and was sadly destroyed. All right, next up we got Tekken 3's Gunjack. I'm not gonna lie, I was going into this to kind of hate on his design. I feel like he's been sheltered with this design. It's really good, it's a good design for him, but I also feel like he looks very forced, half robot, half real looking. Maybe I just can't be pleased, but looking at, you know, his neck, the metal in his neck, as well as the metal spike on his head, I feel like the metal spike takes away from the mohawk that we're used to. I do think he does look very Russian though. I do see it. I see what they were trying to do. Don't ask me what I mean. I know what I mean, okay? And hopefully you know what I mean. But the rest of his design, like his metal arms, his metal legs, his metal belt, his metal shoes, his metal gauntlets, and his metal gloves just kind of take away from what I kind of am used to what Jack is. If you notice, we've still got the red triangle on Jack's design. Maybe that means something. Maybe we'll see it on future Jack models. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, it makes sense now because this is not made by the same Jack people. If you remember, the story is that he was remade by Jane. So looking at this is Jane's design. This is how Jane designed a Jack. So I gotta respect it. Looking at it personally, I'm not gonna give it a higher grade. I'm gonna give it a B tier. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. But I know I defo like it better than Jack 1. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Alright, we also have a version of Gunjack that was in Tekken Tag 1. I'm not gonna lie, now that I've seen this, I'm gonna put it a bit lower. This looks worse. Why is his face some darkish color? Maybe this is an alt design, but this is not the one that I was meant to see, because yeah, look at his block. Look at his block feet as well. This looks weird. This is a weird design down there. Again, I get it. Jane made it. So maybe she doesn't know how to curve the bottom of shoes properly. But I don't like it. I'm gonna have to put him down to C tier. Sorry, Gunjack. Sorry. All right, let's talk about Jack in Tekken 4. Sadly, there was not a Jack in Tekken 4, but there was actually a Jack 4 in Tekken 5. Jack 4 was shown at the beginning of Tekken 5 fighting both Heihachi and Kazuya in a temple at Honmaru. At this point, Jack 4 was mass produced, and they were also given a self-destruct feature, which you can see they tried to use on Heihachi here. This is also the reason why Jinpachi, Heihachi's father or grandfather, I'm not sure, was released, because of the explosion blowing up where he was buried. Jack 4 was unplayable, but he was also in a story mode sequence in Tekken 7, if any of you lot remember that from the story mode. Okay, that is hella scary. Even the way that he's standing like that is scary. And the red eyes, imagine that coming out of the darkness coming towards you. That is crazy. Just from this first initial shot, I like what they were doing. Obviously, this is Jacks that were designed by the Russian government or Russian military or whatever. They go back to that sort of evil design. So I understand why he has like the black top and the black neck and the red eyes and the pale skin. Maybe they want him to look scary. He still wears belts. I don't know why a robot would need to wear belts. Just drill nails into his trousers, into his whole body. You don't need a belt for a Jack. Anyway, let's see him in game. All right, I don't like it a whole lot less now. Why is his torso so long? Why does he look like he's got doo-doo in his pants? Why is he wearing Timberlands? Why does his mohawk look like a broom got chopped up and placed on his head? I do like, as I said before, the black design and the carbon finish. I like it, but I also don't like it at all. I don't like the dookie pants stance that he has. I don't know what they were trying to do with this. Maybe he looks better in a different frame. Let's see. He actually does look better in a different frame. I like the shoulder pads here. I like this part here. I rank it a bit higher now. Yeah, the shoulder pads saved you, Jack. Jack 4? I just don't see the red eyes anymore. I kind of like it. So with that said, Jack 4... I think this is Jack 4. I will put Jack 4 in just because of the shoulder pads. B tier. I like him a lot. I like him. I think Tekken 7's design of Jack 4 really saved him. Well done. Well done. Let's go on to Jack 5, which was a playable character in Tekken 5. Jane, now leading the charge of Jack Creations, created Jack 4 and then Jack 5. From there, she used Tekken 5's tournament to test the upgraded model of Jack. Now it says here Jack 5 wins the tournament, in which Jane retrieves the memories for Gunjack that was gunned down in Tekken 3 by Mishima Industries, giving Jack 5 its restored emotion program. But this was too much for Jack 5, and it made Jack 5's programming go berserk and trash the lab that Jane reconstructed him in. As he's about to hit Jane, he then regains consciousness, becoming the loving, caring Jack that we all know.
Jack. Oh.
Alright, so we're now on to Jack 5 in Tekken 5. Now, let's take a look at this. I don't know what the flip is going on with his trousers. I don't know why he's got jet boosters on his boots. I don't know why he's now got a bean head and a long chin. I don't understand what's going on here. I don't know. You got to remember though, Tekken 5 started having custom outfits. So this actually might be, whoever made this video, this might be their custom outfit and not what he's designed like in the normal game. I did try and search for it, but it just seemed like a lot of the videos on YouTube had custom outfits and not anything dedicated like this. So maybe the jet boosters on his boots are real. This design of Jack looks better than the last one. He doesn't have the dookie pants position, but obviously that's because that comes after this Jack. I think the stance of this Jack and the arms and the shoulder pads, the things here are decent, but I just don't know why maybe his chin has always been long and I just ignored it in other instances of looking at him. I've also noticed that the triangle on his hand has gone as well. Maybe due to the custom design. I do like his boots though. His boots work. I don't know, what can you call them? Are those boots? They gotta be boots. I like these. I would wear these with a sick outfit. I do like this design. I'm gonna place Jack 5 in. Jack 5, I think let's see. I think this one is Tekken 5 or Jack 5. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I don't think he looks bad at all. I just am flabbergasted by the jet boosters on his feet and the way his head now looks like he is put together like a robot. Because this is now Jane's design, not the Russian military's design. So maybe that's why his head looks like that. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense, but he's still gonna be in B tier. Now, Jack 6, he returns back to the now freshly made G Corp labs, which Jane runs. With the data that Jane retrieves with Jack 5 fighting in the Tekken 5 tournament, Jane enhances Jack with more fighting data. But off the back of this, the Mishima Zaibatsu mass create other Jacks to still take over the world like they tried in the first Tekken. This made Jane super angry and sent the newly made Jack 6 to investigate. Alright, we're now going to look at Jack 6 in Tekken 6. This was a Tekken I actually didn't get to play when it came out because I didn't really care about Tekken around those times. I don't know, based on his profile, he looks like he's gonna... Oh, alright, this is a perfect shot of what he looks like. I don't know if this is, again, something I need to warn you guys whether or not it was a custom look for him or not. But if this is what he normally looks like, which I don't think it does now that I think about it, I kind of would like to say that I wish it did look like this. Solely because he's Jack 5 upgraded to look like P-Jack a little bit with the glasses and the beret. If he didn't have the glasses and the beret, I don't know if that's how you say the hat's name, he would just be basic. He's basically Jack 5 again. I like his design. I like how he's, again, now embodying looking like a robot. He does look top heavy again, but it makes sense because now his body is in proportion in comparison to what he looked like as an abomination in Tekken 1. So let's forget the beret and the hat for now. His design is a lot better than Tekken 5's Jack 5. So let's see him in game actually. Again, proportions are a bit off, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna rate it higher than Jack 5, but now that I see him in game, his legs are very short. Maybe if he stood up straight instead of crouching down like that, I would like it. But with that said, Jack 6 has to go into B or C tier. Do you know what? I like Jack 5 more than Jack 6, so let's just stay with Jack 6 in C tier. Hopefully Jack 7 and Jack 8 are gonna do a whole lot better. Alright, let's talk about Jack in Tekken 7. Jack 7 was rebuilt again by Jane, enhanced at the G Corporation building, gaining various strengths and skills like weapon handling, making him one of the strongest Tekken fighters out there. This could also be the reason why Jack now has a super big laser that he fires at people in Tekken 8. But Jack now has a rival, and this is where another team in the G Corp building creates another cyborg Terminator thing called Gigas, which is basically a bio-enhanced superhuman. And this is where we get, once again, testing, where both cyborgs or robots or whatever you like to call them were entered into the Tekken 7 tournament. It's believed that Jack 7 defeated King or Armor King, earning a prestige title in the G Corporation stable. From this, he received various rewards, which he actually didn't get to see because he fell off the tower of the G Corp building. Alright, so we've now reached Tekken 7. We looked at the older games which were on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. We have now jumped to PlayStation 4. And I think Jack 6 was from the PS3 version of Tekken 6. But anyway, we're on the PS4 version, Tekken 7. This is now what Jack looks like, and he looks like an absolute mug. He looks like a thumb. I don't know what's going on there. He's looking me dead in my eyes as I'm saying this now, so I have to look away. But again, I see that they're leaning into his robot side once again. Maybe it's all the upgrades that he's been having. Maybe it's all the extra data drugs that he's put in his system. He's now got green outlines of where he's been edited so many different times. I don't know why he's now got a red basil brush now on his head top, and he's got the cheekbones of a old statue from back in the 1800s or whenever they were made or sculpted. I don't get what's going on, but let's see him in game. Okay, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I don't know. I think this is maybe not his worst design. Nothing can be anything worse than the Tekken 1 design. But this is a true design. This is what he would look like in a new school Tekken game. And when I say new school, like a PS4 version, PS5 version. But again, I feel like this is where his design should have changed a bit instead of advancing on what was made in like Tekken 5 and Tekken 6. Because when I look at him now, I don't like it. Maybe it's the green. Maybe it's the red basil brush. I don't know. I just don't like his design. Why is he moving his hips like that? Why is he gyrating in that? What kind of motor has he got in his system? Oh, it looks like he's trying to go and get gal and he's trying to practice his moves. Yeah, I think this is a very bad design. Again, military outfit, so it's not anything new that we can talk about. I should like the green like lines of skin that he has, but I don't. I think it goes against what Jane was advocating for, which was obviously making him a bit more human. I think it makes him look very robot-like, and it looks like more of the design that the Russian military was trying to go for in terms of Jack's design, and I'm not feeling it. Jane, you done bad. In fact, I probably prefer Gunjack design over what we have here. So because of that, he looks like he's going down with his first design, which is D tier. I don't like Jack 7 at all. And finally, we have got to the last Jack, Jack 8 from Tekken 8. Obviously, Jack 8 is the most latest and newest humanoid weapon that is made by G Corp, developed by, guessed it, Jane once again. At this point, they added a gamma system to his networking, which is why you see a different design amongst his body, which was added to his design. Alright, last but not least, we have Jack 8 in Tekken 8. Ali, what do we say about him? There's a lot of things I like about this design, and there's a lot of things I don't like. I like that he doesn't have the green streaks anymore, and he's got solid red one. He's now a true robot with this design, but I like that they embrace it. I like the fact that he is now, as mentioned before, a weapons expert with the bullets across his chest and down his leg. And he also looks very strong with the carbon on his arms. It looked like definitely you can crush your head like a strong man with a melon, man. Like, he looks crazy. I like the gold gloves. I don't like his visor. I don't know why they gave him a visor. Should have kept his eyes as normal. I don't know why they gave him a chin strap as well. Maybe to hide that ugly ass chin that he has in the other games. I don't know why they made his Mohican solid gold. I would love to understand that. I do like the pipe that's going down his chest. Pause on that one. Golly. I do like this valve thing that is here. It shows what they spoke about before, that he has gamma running through his system and that it needs to be filled properly. I like that a lot. It makes sense story-wise. I like the knee pads down there. I do like this design quite a lot. Let's see him in game. Oh, okay, we got another shot actually. I like the cargo trousers. It suits. I like it. It kind of throws back to his old design, but also makes him look a bit more, I wouldn't say casual, but there's so much going on up here that down there didn't need to be exciting either. That, like, it just kind of allows everybody who meets him see that he's strong up there. The legs don't really matter, even though he does stomp on people, but I like that. I like the separation. They didn't overdo it. I mean, they did overdo it up the top, but they didn't think to do the same down the trousers. So I'm feeling the trousers a lot. What the hell? My man comes in flying in with the biggest gamma ray gun, rail gun that he can. Coming like the same rail gun that flipping, what's her name? Hey Siri, what is the main protagonist of Resident Evil 3?
Do you want me to use?
Yes, use ChatGPT if you have to, man. It reminds me of the gun that Jill Valentine uses at the end of Resident Evil 3. That is a huge ass gun. That is bigger than what Iron Man has. Maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe they thought, oh, Iron Man has the big, I don't know what he calls it, that he uses in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and he needs to get a bigger one just to assert his dominance and say that he's got a bigger thing than Iron Man. I like his boots. Look, his boots are banging as well. I like the gold. I like the colors. I like the black, the gold, the silver, the navy blue. I'm feeling it. It's just the mohawk and the visor and the chin. I'm not feeling that. Overall, I like this design a lot. So let's see. Last but not least, I'm gonna put in S tier. I didn't think, so I have obviously seen him in Tekken 8 before, but I never really deeped his design. But I always felt like he was doing too much before. But now when you look at it a bit more in detail, like what's in this shot, I like it a lot. So defo S tier design. I applaud the Tekken team for putting so much on him, but also saying so much about him. If he didn't have the visor and the chin, he would definitely be P tier. But hey ho, they did it. I don't know why. Oh, and she takes it off. Yeah, he's staying in S tier though. And he's still got the red eyes as well. So he stayed true to what he was. Them chin bones are crazy, but I like it. I actually like it a lot. S tier is perfect for the choice. All right, so that was the breakdown of designs for Jack in the Tekken series. Thank you for getting to the end. If you got to the end, let's say something random in the comments. Like, let's say Jack 2 buff in the comments of this YouTube video. If you enjoyed this video, help me out. Who should I do next? Should it be from the Tekken series? Should it be from Mortal Kombat? Or maybe Street Fighter? If you learned a lot, and if this is something you enjoy, please subscribe, please like so other people can see this video. And yeah, think about it this way. If you didn't watch this video, you won't know Jack. Okay, that was lame. That was lame. All right, I'm gonna go. Anyway, appreciate you lot. See you on the next video. Subscribe for more. Join the Discord.